Welcome to Genre. This is our first episode.
Hello.
Hello. Very exciting.
So exciting. So this is a book club with banter and a side of peer pressure. I'm your host, Bryanna, along with...
I'm Katie.
I'm Elise. And if you guys want to know a little bit more about what we're doing here, you can go back to our pilot episode. We give some background, introduce ourselves, give, the general gist of the pod.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
So our first pick for our first episode was my pick.
Yep.
It's Silver Elite by Dani Francis. And this was a book that most of us saw on TikTok.
Yeah.
We really just wanted to dive into. We will get into, the gist of it and what we thought of it later in the pod, but just off the top from the book jacket. In the first book of the sizzling dystopian romance series, psychic gifts are a death sentence, and there are rules to survival. Trust no one, lie to everyone, and whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. Wow, that's a really good little teaser.
Powerful.
In this book. Very powerful. So we'll get into this a little bit later, but first we have some things to say.
We really do.
Okay.
Can I start off? Because
Yes,
I've had
do.
something burning.
Please do.
Burning
Just
thoughts.
burning thoughts. And that is Katie's TikTok algorithm and how you see nothing. You see everything and nothing. And just for the audience, the best example of this is that she managed to not see a single clip from the Errors Tour for 2 years until we went to go see the Errors Tour. She was completely surprised. She was shocked on the floor of Zurich, not seeing a single clip from it.
Yeah.
And
I manage my algorithm. I manage it.
That's really crazy. As it's not even like you're not a Swiftie,
Yeah.
no, you would be given that information.
And
Like,
I would just say, oh, I don't want to see it. I absolutely do not engage with anything that I do not
you
want
do
to
the
see.
not interested.
If
you
something
do.
like Taylor Swift, I'll do not interested
Oh, that's
before the concert when I
that's
didn't want to see anything.
Because you wanted to be surprised.
Yeah, I wanted to be surprised.
Because
That's
I feel like it's going to come up. You also have seen nothing about Silver Elite.
Mhm.
I have one thing, and then I'll talk about that later in the show.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know what anyone is saying about Silver Elite on TikTok. I have no idea.
That's really that's a feat, I gotta say.
I know. My algorithm is powerful.
That is a powerful witch.
I've mastered the TikTok
Yeah.
algorithm.
We all knew we were witches here, but
Yes,
Katie
I know.
might be the most powerful in the coven.
The tech support witch. But
Yeah.
I don't understand how you do it because I have no control. My algorithm is wide ranging and sometimes confusing, but
Yeah.
I do enjoy everything it gives me. But sometimes I'm like, why am I getting this TikTok movie? I don't know if you guys have come across those.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really inappropriate.
Yeah, they're
And I do not interested.
Oh, and I stay on them for a really long time because
You
they're
look-
I don't know. I mean,
that's
this
why
is
your
I know.
algo is kooky.
But I'm just like, what's happening? I need to know.
that's crazy.
No.
Why? And every single person is always rich, but not telling it everybody, and then is very upset when their significant other leaves them.
Yeah. Well, they're always
Because
cheating
they're
on
poor.
someone.
Yes, there's always somebody trying to come in. I get absolutely sucked in. I think it goes back to like my my Kindle Unlimited romance smut storylines. That's essentially what it is. Just
But
without
in
the
movie
smut.
form?
Yeah, but in movie form.
I've never got those before.
You haven't?
No. The sort of movies I will get like people that cut actual movies into like they'll take
Yeah.
a
Yes.
movie
Yeah.
and then cut them into like 10-minute TikToks, which
Yeah.
is crazy. And I get some people that are acting out fantasy books as
Yes.
Oh, God.
Like that
yeah.
one creator who's Bryce.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
and
yeah,
like shout
okay.
out to her because like wow,
Honestly, it's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
The production value on that, incredible.
Is
Unbelievable.
really incredible.
Yeah.
And granted, they're like maybe a minute long. And
Yeah.
it's like, wow, there's a lot of producing that goes into this.
But she's
one
like going
minute.
for a run outside on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's nobody around. I don't know when she's doing it. It seems like an absolutely stunning Vancouver set. Like or something.
Yeah.
She's like going for a run.
It's the
Where's
best.
the Steadicam? There has to be a
I
Steadicam
know.
that's
Yeah.
following her.
That's what I mean, the
The
production
lighting's
value.
always fabulous.
She's stunning.
Yeah. The graphics are great.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Whoever she is,
Well,
make that movie.
I know.
Make that movie for us.
We'll find her. We'll
You
put her in
have
the
an
show.
audience.
We'll put her in the show notes.
Yeah.
I don't know who she
We got to
is.
find her handle.
Yeah, we'll find her. We'll add her. Okay, I have some things to say
Tell
about
us.
Taylor Swift going to a wedding with her guy Trav
Yeah.
on Friday. And here were my thoughts. Number one, I respect the hell out of Taylor Swift for appearing at a wedding in a way that's like it looks like she did her own glam and like she
Yeah.
dressed
Yeah. Oh my
herself.
God.
Like her hair was natural. She didn't show up like, full face, full beat. And like it was beautiful. The other thing that I saw people on TikTok talking about was like, Would you be mad if Taylor Swift showed up to your wedding?
So I was literally having this conversation last night with
Okay.
Erica, and we were looking at pictures of Taylor Swift. We were looking at her dress, her hair, her makeup. We were talking about like, wow, like what do you think the security was like for this event? Like, do you think
That's a
she
good
had
point.
to bring
Great
in
point.
people, was, you know, third cousins or something like that, not allowed to be invited to the wedding because she needed all of her security people. There wasn't space. Like, what is that situation like?
Well, there's been a ton of pictures of her just, you know, taking pictures with everybody who was at the wedding. It seems like, you know, like when people were posting them. I didn't see any of her. Now that you said it, you always see her bodyguard. Her bodyguard's constantly right behind her.
Yeah, and
carrying a fanny
shout
pack
out
in
to
front of,
that
like, a
guy for
bag.
just blending into the crowd
Oh,
constantly.
I didn't see.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't see any.
And
with
that's
her,
good you
but, like,
didn't.
that's,
No, I
yeah.
didn't see. Yeah, she
But
was like,
no, I didn't see any in this one. But like he's always there. Like, and honestly, sometimes you don't see him. The only time I really clock him is when he's obviously carrying Taylor Swift's real bag. Because like whenever she's like, you know, strutting into the Chiefs game, she has some sort of like cute, tiny little designer
Oh, yeah,
bag,
yeah.
and then he in the back has a giant tote, like a giant designer tote. And I'm like, oh, that's a real bag. She's like, for the picture, she has
Yeah.
this tiny one.
Yeah.
He's carrying her real bag.
You know, we honestly
that's
all
cute.
should have a man like that.
I would love that.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I came here today with like 7 bags.
Yeah, like I don't need a boyfriend. I just need a man to carry my bag.
I just showed up to a wedding and I was like, Taylor Swift is here. I mean, I think I'd perish.
Do you think
Yeah,
she hits
I-
the dance floor?
yeah.
What happens when they play her song? Because you know they're going to play a song. What happens if Shake It Off comes on? What does she do then?
I know, that's crazy.
Oh.
There was a clip where her and Trav were like sitting down,
Yes.
kind of dancing, and I wanted to be like, wonder what that song was.
I saw
was
the
it
bride
her
and
song?
I think that the bride and groom were dancing. I felt like it was like the
Oh.
first dance
their first
song, and they were
dance.
just jamming.
That's adorable.
I know.
They are just so sweet. I cannot get enough. It has been like almost 2 years, and I'm still obsessed with Taylor and Travis. Like
I know. I think they're the
love them.
best. I like his new look.
Yeah.
He's like very 90s
I saw it and I was like,
flow.
I
Like
was
I don't know what's
taken
happening.
aback.
His like
with that hair.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas
yeah,
cut.
yeah.
like,
He looks like a heartthrob.
Yeah.
It does. He does look like.
I didn't know
Yeah,
who it was
90s
at
heartthrob.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
God.
activated. I was activated looking at pics of Trav.
You know, that brings me to my thought, which was something that I'm really obsessed with is finding your color palette.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of
It's
the
the
work
only
that I've
thing
been
you're talking
doing
about.
with ChatGPT and looking at Taylor Swift pictures, you know, she's supposed to be my color palette, a light spring.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just don't know if that's right. I don't know if it's right for me. I don't know.
Like, do you feel it's not right in the way that you feel like you weren't
Like, I'm
properly
looking,
identified, or
I feel like I wasn't properly identified.
okay.
And looking at those pictures of Taylor Swift last night make me feel like
Do you
I'm
think that
not a
Taylor
spring.
Swift is properly identified
Yeah.
and you are not?
I do think
I was gonna
so.
say she looked great in like a nice that pale blue number.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. She
Spring
was
colors.
stunning. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it again?
I
Spring
think
what?
she's late spring.
Late spring.
And I think I could be a summer.
You should get the drapes.
Yeah.
Speaking of algorithm, what I'm sure you're getting a lot on
Yeah.
your TikTok algorithm is the people doing it professionally
Yeah.
and they have
Yeah.
drapes with like the different shades.
I've
I
certainly
bet
seen those.
I bet you can get them online.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Amazon.
I think there's a certification. I think
Oh,
you
no,
should look
I-
up to be certified, a certified color thing. It could be your side hustle.
I don't know why there's not more options in the city. Like, you know, like the lip bar,
Yeah.
like where you make your own lipstick, you make your own perfume. Like, I want to have a party where we go and we all get our seasons done. our
That's
colors
not an
done.
option. It feels like
Not that
New
I
York City
found.
would be ripe for
I know.
this particular.
Like, it's like bachelorette parties.
yeah.
But then, yeah, I don't know. It's not. I've checked. So,
Well,
But also,
it sounds like a
what would
business you
happen?
could start.
Like if somebody told me I wasn't a winter, I'd be like, you're wrong.
well, I've seen people really upset about the results of their color analysis.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want.
I know.
Sure.
Well, I'm like
So-
thinking about again Taylor Swift. She wasn't only wearing light spring colors on the Eras tour, you know, like
Yeah.
it's black and red for rep. Like
Yeah.
so, I think, and
That's
she
true.
looked gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Stunning.
the lover bodysuit though probably falls into what is it?
Like, that's
Fun
very
winter.
like a
What is it?
spring.
Light
Yeah.
spring.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
definitely
that's giving
springy.
light spring to me.
Pastels, muted colors.
Mhm.
And yeah, the Speak Now gown was always muted colors.
Yeah. She gives spring energy, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Spring court.
Spring. Okay, let's get into the book. I think it's time. All right, Elise, kick us off with the genre.
Okay, so this is a pretty classic modern dystopian novel with a sort of fantasy twist, with a mutant twist, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Like the hallmarks of dystopian books are sort of heavy government control. It's usually reflective of some sort of current anxieties in society. Environmental collapse is almost always
Yeah.
in dystopian novels. And there's like a pretty like an emphasis on like no individuality, just sort of like falling into, you know, like whatever
Fall in a
role you're given. I
line.
mean, the classic one that we all know is Handmaid's Tale.
Mhm.
So
Oh.
so like that's
Mhm,
a
mhm.
classic dystopian novel. So
When you think of
everybody,
dystopian, is that the first thing that comes to mind for you?
Well,
Is Handmaid's Tale?
okay,
Yeah.
but Elise is deep into Handmaid's Tale, like
I-
rewatch
Oh,
right
just
now.
top of
So
mind.
I finished it. I mean, I'm done now, but yes, but that is for me. That's the classic modern dystopian.
Oh,
Just-
that is
it's
not
always-
what I would have said.
yeah.
What would
I-
you have said?
I think Divergent.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have that too. But
Yeah.
I mean, mine is like is it called 1984?
yep,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
dystopian.
yeah.
Yep, that's
Like that's what I think of when I think of dystopian.
yeah. I mean, I
but-
go Handmaid's Tale, but yeah, 1984, same thing.
Yeah.
It's also-
Yeah.
Okay, this is the fun part of the pod where we each are going to go around and give our one sentence recap of what this book is about. Please start
Okay.
us.
I can go first.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can go first.
I have orphan mutant is trained to be a sniper, but forgets all of her skills when she's given an undercover job and is blinded by abs, banter, and the thrill of making bad decisions.
Good one. Oh my god.
I know that was
That's very good.
Okay.
This was mine. Psychic joins the dystopian military SWAT as a secret traitor, fucks her boss, then joins the revolution.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was.
Sorry, fucks her boss. Was really still getting me. Okay, keep going.
Mine was mind-reading orphan forced into a military Hogwarts, falls in love with the president's son, and realizes she might be on the wrong side of the rebellion.
That's a good one
Tea.
too.
Yeah.
T, really good. Good work, guys.
I like military Hogwarts.
I know military Hogwarts
Couldn't
is
stop
clever.
thinking about that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's I mean, that's kind of a good transition because I feel like well, first we should talk about what were our preconceived notions about Silver Elite beforehand.
So I did see a TikTok that was talking about this book and another book. Nothing about it. I just saw literally the cover of these two books and I said, oh, let me just put them on my Goodreads list. And I started reading one and then I was like, switching over to Silver Elite. I never read the synopsis on Goodreads. I
On
had
Silver Elite.
on Silver Elite. I
Right.
had absolutely no idea what this book was about.
Me as well.
And-
I thought it was going to be a fantasy book.
So I just assumed because the book that it was combined with in that TikTok that I saw is definitely more of a romantasy book. So I just assumed it was the same thing.
Mhm.
And then I was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah, this is different.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I knew it was dystopian going in.
Okay.
So I knew that sort of, it gave me that vibe.
Mhm.
So that I was not too surprised about.
Hmm.
I don't think I knew much more than that, though.
Mhm.
So I think some of the, like the military Hogwarts,
Yeah.
as I think we should continue calling it,
Mhm.
was sort of new. So like that I didn't really get. But yeah, I did know it was going to be a dystopian fight against the man
Mhm.
sort of
Okay.
scenario.
Mhm.
All
Okay,
right.
I love that. I think this is a good time where we should talk about the author.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You
And
have things to say.
I have a lot of things to say, but also, Katie, this is what I was talking about. This is what your algorithm didn't give you. So
Okay.
it's not 100% confirmed. I mean, like the publisher hasn't confirmed it,
Yeah.
but it's pretty common knowledge that this is a pen name for Dani. Dani Francis is a pen name. So if you look at all of the marketing around
Yeah.
this, there's not a single author anything like the you've no one's seen the author's face. Like the author's social media is just a logo with just pictures of the book. No one's
Oh.
talking. Like there's no like voiceovers or anything like that. It's all of the marketing is done by the publisher. None of the marketing is done by the author, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
Like in
Oh.
like in the way that
in the
publishing
TikTok
is.
world now.
Well, and just in the
Instagram and all
publishing
that.
industry,
Yeah.
every Dina will tell you, like when we're talking about it, our friend who it like wants to be published, the general thing is that every publishing house will be like, so happy to publish your book. You get a zero marketing budget. It's all on you. Make sure you like start your socials
Whoa.
now.
Mhm.
So, and that's the way it happens unless you're top tier. Unless you're a top tier author.
So,
and
that-
this is a new author, and there's not a single There is not a single piece of author-led marketing for this book.
So when I was looking this up and I was like, oh, have I ever read anything by Dani Francis before? I went to the website and I was like, this is kind of a weird website. And it has just the smallest blurb, like, about the author, but no information.
Yeah.
I feel like we're always getting, like, I'm on the West Coast. I've got 2 kids and 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Like, more information. And there was no picture. And I was like, oh, I guess this is just her first book.
Yeah. No, I think pen names, cool. I have no issue with the pen name for going it out. But the fact that there's just like, it's still not, you don't know who this person is. So there's some theories. The
Yeah,
internet
there are
has gone-
theories. Are there rumors? Do you
Yeah.
know this, Bryanna?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We were saving it for the pot.
Yeah, we were saving it for the pod because
Shocked.
because your algorithm, you don't get, this is the only thing people are talking about for this book. So there's a couple of theories. I'm going to go from, I think, the most possible to the least possible.
Okay.
But like they're saying the first one is that it's just a mid-range author that hasn't done well, that like a publisher is giving a second chance, basically like write again under a
Okay.
different name. The other is that it's a big time author who's trying to jump
Cross-genre.
genres.
Okay.
So like a
Okay.
like a Colleen Hoover is writing.
Yeah, I've seen that
Adult.
plenty of
Like
times.
an adult.
That
Yeah.
people are theorizing that it's Colleen Hoover.
Yeah, another.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But
another.
I actually didn't. Did you look into who Colleen Hoover's publisher is? Is this the same publisher?
At Random House, I don't know off the top of my head. It's something we can find pretty quickly.
Yeah,
though.
we could look that up.
And then the other is that it's a problematic author, an author that's been canceled, but still has a couple of books
Oh
in
my
their
God.
contract that they need
Circling back to my Hogwarts.
to go. Yeah. And then so I also have I have we'll give theories at the end of this because I think I know who it is in my opinion.
Oh my
You
God.
And then the other theory, and this is the one that the internet absolutely loves, and I think it's wrong, and it's because the people on the internet don't grade student papers
Okay.
every day, but they think it's AI.
Yeah.
They think it's just an AI generated book. This is just a publisher giving a go that to have AI completely write a
Oh.
book. So I think the internet's would very much disagree with me. AI is not that good yet. AI is not good enough to
Write a whole
write
book.
an entire book. It's
Yeah.
just, it's not that good yet. It's good enough to give a really, a very detailed, but whatever, like sketchy sort of outline and then give you something, but then you're going to have to edit it. And then you would have to probably put that edited version back into some sort of AI, like big language machine to then get another version like out to this, right? I think
Yeah.
a lot of what's being used now in the AI is being used now in the publishing industry is as an editing tool. I think if Dani Francis was AI, I would be surprised.
I would be disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love a salacious author going under another name.
Yeah, that's
Like,
way more sexy. Like
I know.
that is
I love that.
that is a controversy I'm interested in.
Yeah.
AI is a controversy I'm just like that makes my head spin.
I know. Like, I don't care
like
about that. I
Yeah.
want it to be better.
Yeah, I want it to be better. I want it to be a little more juicy.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you my guess?
Yes.
Yeah. Give us your guess.
And I feel like I can sort of back it up a little bit. I think it's Stephanie Meyer. I want it to be Stephanie Meyer so bad.
I would love that.
I have chills. I have chills.
Think about Ren and Cross, and then just say Bella and Edward. But they have sex because it's not a YA book.
I wish Twilight was smutty.
Well, yeah.
I love that.
The lore of Twilight, by the way, is that it was smutty in the beginning. She wrote it for her sister, and it was a much smuttier. And then when she put it to publish it, they're like, clean her up. We don't let ladies write smutty fantasy right now. We have to clean it
Wow.
up. That's
It
the
was
lore,
like-
whether or not that's true.
Okay, that's interesting. I actually don't see the similarities between Bella and Edward right now, between Cross and Ren. But I need to sit on that. I need to think about that.
Yeah.
That like
But
I think I'm
love it.
shocked.
I really love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I would want to know more about why Stephanie Meyer would want to have a pen name.
She hasn't been able to do anything
Since
after Twilight.
Yeah. And she has done other books.
She
but-
has. There was one other book that didn't really go anywhere. which was honestly about, well, we're gonna have to fact check this. I think a parasite living in somebody's brain and they fall in love.
The Host.
Yeah, The Host. Yeah,
Yeah, I really, and that was a movie.
yeah,
And I liked that movie a lot.
yeah. But I don't think she's
Two
done
hot
enough-
people.
Yeah.
Wasn't Saoirse Ronan in that movie?
I have no idea. I did
Yeah.
not know it was a movie.
I didn't
Yeah.
write a movie.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's
I think
a
we have
great
to
movie.
fact check that.
The Host?
Yeah.
Guys, oh my God.
That's a Stephanie Meyer book?
I mean,
yeah. It's called The Host. I forgot it until she just said it, but yeah. And she did Midnight Sun.
Well,
She put out Midnight
yeah.
Sun, but
Yeah, I
that was
love
still
that.
Twilight.
Yeah.
I don't think she's put out anything else since then.
I didn't mind the movie. I mean, I would, in fact, recommend it.
Yeah.
Like, just knowing us as a friend group and our interests.
Okay, interesting.
I recommend it.
She also actually,
The Chemist.
The Chemist, which I have never even heard of, put it on the list. Let's read it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell yeah. So,
But again, did that get any in 2016? Did that get any marketing? Like, I've never heard
No.
of that.
I don't think
but
I've
just
heard.
kind of knowing where the appetite for like romantasy, like romance, fantasy, dystopia, whatever that like kind of bleed between fantasy and dystopian.
Yeah.
There is an appetite for it, and it's such a big thing on the internet right now, like this resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That if Stephanie Meyer put her name on this book, I'd be like, oh, even without marketing, because like
Yeah.
I didn't even see marketing for this book. Like the way that I hear about books now is through bookers.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I feel like she was a little bit earlier in like the YA trend. I mean, I would say Twilight is romantasy. And
yes.
It was
I-
romantasy before they
Kind
let
of laid the
anybody call it
groundwork
romantic.
for
But like
so,
she cannot get out behind Twilight, and I feel like that makes so much
Yeah.
sense because this is
This-
definitely an adult book.
The Chemist was a spy novel. Was a just a modern, it was just a straight up spy novel. So, and it got nothing.
But like, I don't want to
Wow.
read Stephanie Meyer's spy novel.
But
I
I
want to
think
read
Stephanie-
Stephanie Meyer. I want to read Stephanie Meyer doing dystopian romance. Like,
know.
you know what I mean?
This
like,
is wow.
yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I really want, I mean, that's who I want it to be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want that. I want that for us. I want that for her.
I do. I like.
That's great.
Dani Francis, speak out. Show yourself.
I mean,
Who are you?
It's
Show
just,
yourself.
it would just be so unlike if it was truly just me writing a book. They'd let me use a pen name,
Mhm.
but they'd make me market it.
Sure.
So it
Yeah.
but like they did
Yeah.
not make this person market it.
hmm
Wow.
And there's a story there.
Yeah.
There's a story there that
Okay.
we got to unearth. So we would love if Dani Francis would show herself, please. Reveal thyself. Well, okay. I think this is a good place where we can talk about, like, did we like this book? Like, what were our thoughts after kind of like reading the book through and then having our, like, you know, an idea of what we thought this book was going to be about? Then we read it. Were we like, did we like this book?
I loved this book.
I love this book as well. I loved this
All right,
book.
I did not. I mean, I liked it. I liked it a lot. There was nothing there, but I did not love it.
I was
Okay.
worried about Bryanna.
I was worried about Bryanna too.
Oh, I love
It's
that I worried
because-
you. I love that. That means that I'm a bit of a loose cannon.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
it's very.
We'll get into our star ratings at the end, but
Yeah.
like I just wanted to ask up front, just like levels
Well,
of excitement.
I'm actually. You know what? This again goes back to my theory in which you hated Fourth Wing,
Yeah.
because of the language, because of the way that the dialogue and the people were talking,
Yeah.
And this I thought was a great example
of that.
of not doing the Fourth Wing.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
like they had
yeah,
new, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
It,
They
it
like had
felt
the new-
appropriate.
Yes.
And I also feel like the world of Fourth Wing was very different. Like that had that was fantasy. This was like a dystopian place. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, it was more grounded in real life.
Well, yeah.
Does that
I mean,
make sense? I
Well,
know.
yeah, dystopian comes from you should
Yeah.
be able to recognize some things
Yeah.
from this current
Ye-
society.
yeah.
You assuming that these people are in America
Mhm. Well
or
said.
something, whatever. So like
Yeah.
that they're coming 200 years later, so there are still things that are the same.
Mm-hmm. Agree. So anyway,
Can I say what I think this was giving?
yes.
I think this was giving adult Darkest Minds.
That's what I put,
I knew
Katie.
it. I was like, I knew Elise was gonna say this.
I don't think you read Darkest Minds.
I did not, but
It was- ugh.
I'm thrilled that you both had that same takeaway.
It
Yeah.
was
Alexandra Bracken.
Alexander Bracken, and it was young adult again.
Ruby.
Ruby. I couldn't remember the name, and I
Yeah.
literally Googled YA dystopia Ruby.
Yep.
And then maybe mind controlling children. I
Yeah.
something to like, and they're like, "Oh, you're talking about Darkest Minds," and I was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
But it was what, a 2 or 3
I think it was like a 3. I think it's like three books.
and it's YA and same sort of premise
Ish.
due to general breakdown of the environment and wars and experiments. Children now are born with powers. and they're given colors based on what their powers are.
Yep.
And
You
if
told
you're
me about this
over
before.
yellow,
Yeah.
I mean, you're basically taken away from from the adults anyway. But
Yep.
like if you're like above yellow or like a color in which the powers start getting dangerous,
Yeah.
they basically put you in work camps / try to kill you. And then she had one of those powers. She ran away.
She was her power was mind reading or like mind control.
And mind control in these types of books, mind control is
It's
always
always
the most dangerous of the powers. So it's like I think it leads very much to the fear of people not having free will, right? So if there's somebody in the world who can control minds, unless they're Professor X, our benevolent king,
Wait,
it won't work.
this just reminded me something I feel like we'll also have to fact check is that one of the other oranges, one of like the other kids that was a few years older, I think turns out to be like the leader's child.
Yes. Oh my God, you're right. He is the son.
Gray. I want to say something. Maybe his name is Gray.
And then he's the one who turns into the big bad.
Wow. Okay.
We have to fact check
yeah,
that
we'll
as
have
well.
to circle
But like,
back
yeah,
to that.
so it is, and it turns out to be the big bad at near the end of it, and he ends up
Yeah.
actually mind controlling everybody. And I think the only person he can't control is Ruby because she's also
like
an
super
orange.
powerful. Yeah.
And so it's up to her to basically take him out because he gets too big for his britches.
yeah.
Wow.
And this is all
this
children.
tracks.
This is mind controlling, murdering children.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's great. It's
Darkest
a great series.
Minds.
It's a great series.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I wrote that it's giving Divergent.
Yeah, I put Divergent
I
too.
saw a lot of Divergent in here. It didn't bother me because I love
Yeah.
Divergent.
So great.
Yeah, like the female main character has to go through intense training, sort of thing. Like, I'm forgetting the name of the person in Divergent. What was her name?
True. Prue.
Triss.
Yeah.
Triss and Four. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't forget Four.
Yeah. Four. His name was Four. Theo James.
Theo James.
Oh my God, I'm blushing. But that's what I think that there's a lot of Divergent here. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Because I love Divergent.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about scene stealers.
Okay.
Things that we loved about this book, or things that just moments in the book that stuck with us even after reading it. We've been a week out. I think we all finished this about a week ago. What are we still thinking about?
I love the Blacklands. I want to know more about the Blacklands. I want an entire book about it.
Blackland, like
Yeah.
what's happening in there?
Yeah, I just
How
want,
did you
like,
picture the Blacklands, by the way?
Oh, do you know what I picture it? I'm gonna totally forget the name of this book that's now I think a show on Netflix.
Lee Bardugo,
yeah,
the author of
yes.
Shadow and Bone.
yeah,
Shadow
Shadow
and
and
Bone.
Bone.
So yes, and they combined the Six of Crows and Shadow and Bone.
Yes.
In the way that he can sort of control the darkness and like make
Ben
it's like the no
Barnes,
man's
that
land.
was-
Ben Barnes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
but
the no man's land. But yeah,
But that like
pictured
that
it.
darkness because it's like you go on these crossings, like you have to cross through it to get to another side, which very much reminded me of what the Blacklands were in this
Yeah,
book.
and it's quite literal. Like
Yeah.
it is dark in there.
yes,
It's
and there's like
dark
some
and
just
misty.
like a little area that gets 5 hours of sun a day, and
Yeah.
that's like where they lived, and they had their little cabin. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they really kept me wanting to know more about what ended the world. For all intents and purposes, obviously,
Yeah.
that's a pretty classic version, like dystopian thing. We don't get too deep into
Yeah.
what ended the world because it's usually hundreds of years later.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you don't get too deep into it. You get enough. There was war. It's usually, again, a lack of resources, and so therefore,
Well, I think the reason
people were fighting over habitable space.
there was a war and then there was some sort of toxin, and
Yes.
that's what we're giving some people powers.
and that's what-
or
yeah.
not.
What modified the humans.
Yeah.
I like that. A scene that I really loved in the beginning was when Cross and Ren meet for the first time. I was like,
Like in the end.
yeah,
I
like I
love
was like,
that.
this is really good.
Yeah.
I liked that intro. It made me like her and also like him. But
Yeah.
immediately I clocked. I was like, oh, this is the man.
Well, I
This is the guy.
couldn't get over the fact that you knew everything about everything from that one meeting, but still, yes, it was a good meeting. Like
Yeah.
she was, running away from the lame guy she slept with.
Yeah.
And then
Let me
fighting
it.
Mr. Hottie McHotpants.
Yeah.
like this is not really a plot twist because I actually have something else for that. But what did you guys think of the Cross and Wolf?
Oh, I mean,
I knew it.
yeah. I mean, there was no absolutely no question. She meets Cross, and then 2 seconds later, we talk about her best mysterious friend Wolf. So
Yeah, I'm not. I literally think I wrote it in my notes when Wolf was first introduced. I'm not sure if Cross was named at that time, but I was like, but I wrote like, this is the
Katie. So I have a voice note. Yeah, I literally have a voice note of me saying, and I'm at 6% of the way through, and I think the guy in the inn is going to be that guy that talks in her head.
Hey, girl, you did it.
At 6%, I was like, this is gonna be it. I will say, as we got through the book, I was getting scared that Cross wasn't going to be Wolf and that it could be one of his brothers. And I was like, I swear to God, if Wolf ends up being a brother, and that's my absolute thing that I hate the most, is brother on brother. Love triangle.
A brother triangle, yes.
Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries, like I hate that. I absolutely hate it. Yeah. And I got scared at 70%. And then I was like, okay, never mind. Cross is Wolf.
All is well.
I'm good. Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping that somebody not Cross was Wolf, because I would have loved, to break genre a little bit. If that was a little bit too simple and too easy.
Or it could have set up a proper love triangle.
Yeah,
right
like
now we
set
don't
up
really
something
have one.
too, because I was sort of hoping it was, that Ro maybe wasn't a psychopath like the brother, wasn't a total psychopath, and was actually, and he was the one doing sort of like a double cross of, working for the rebellion and then also, working for the company, but he did just straight up murder somebody. So I knew that was unlikely.
In cold blood.
But yes. So I knew it was.
He's just as crazy as we thought.
I knew it was unlikely, but I was sort of hoping it would have been a little bit more interesting. I think part of I liked the book, but I did not love the book, was because there was not a single surprising thing in this book.
Okay, I wrote down some things that actually surprised me.
There was something that surprised me.
Kane coming back from the dead surprised me.
I put that. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't clock it when he died or anything like that, but as soon as they were getting picked up by a pilot, I was like, oh my God, he's the pilot.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it was like one of those, as soon as I saw that the pilot, like the hotshot pilot they were calling.
Yeah.
Like all throughout the book, the rebellion's they just called it like the rebellion's hotshot pilot.
Yeah. Okay.
And and it happened like serious times. As soon as the plane came, I was like, oh, it's gonna be Kane. Like, so I called,
okay. I didn't.
It wasn't until then. It wasn't like it was something I clocked early on.
Okay.
So, and I'm good, but
I thought that Kane was just like a goner when he was gone. I was like, oh dang, what, like someone, like it's classic when you get attached to someone you really like. Because I liked Kane. I liked him charming.
I thought he was a good character.
And like so cheeky, and I was like, oh, I really like him. And of course, they just offed him.
Yeah,
offed him right there.
I know.
I think it would have been surprising if he was Wolf. I'm sorry, that would have been something that if he showed up and he was Wolf, like at the end, then that would have been surprising. But alas.
I also was a little surprised by Liddy being a traitor.
Okay, so
or like giving Ren up, like that surprised me.
Okay, I have a couple questions. I felt like I got a little confused when all of a sudden she was going to get her blood mark, like the burns, healed.
Yeah.
To show the blood mark.
Yeah, I have some questions about that.
I have some questions about that.
Yeah.
And I also have an open note. Like, we've never talked about Cross having a blood mark.
So
the blood marks confused me.
That was my what?
Yeah.
I was like, what is going? So you have to be powerful, is what I gathered. I went back and searched for every time blood mark was written to be like, did I miss something?
Yeah.
So you do need to be one of the most powerful
to even have a blood mark.
To even have a blood mark.
Okay, I think so. That was that.
Yeah. So that was not particularly clear, but when you, when you do the research, it's there. What I didn't understand and still am sort of confused about is whether or not her blood mark and the location of the blood mark marked her as an insider or something like that.
No. I don't think so.
So I was like, I thought like maybe like the blood marks meant more than just, oh, you're super powerful.
I don't think.
But I think it might, because like
get that.
the mind reader that worked for the company, she had one on her face, for example. So
I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. But no, I was confused. I don't think I really like that part was like a little shaky to me that she was doing that to.
Yeah. And because it was so serious when it like manifested that Uncle Jim disfigured her, that I really think that maybe that should have been a little bit more apparent.
Also, doesn't seem like it was really in that Heidi of a place. Like it's on her leg. Like if she was wearing a bathing suit, you'd see it.
Yes, because that was also, I think, again, one thing that's just going to stop me from really loving this book is that I get it. She's impulsive. Right? It's an impulsive gal.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
But like, you don't be fucking idiot. Don't be a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, so what you're going to, the one thing that would absolutely get you killed.
That was dumb. I mean,
like
is
the fact that you got removed, you took that removed so you could prove
that you loved this
man who was already super into you. You know what I mean? It would have been fine. It would have been fine.
That is another
that's tea. But
like this is my absolute favorite trope. So I love when the female main character is not a weakling.
Yeah.
Like she's not virginal. Like she's slept with people before. And the guy is super into her. Like
he falls first.
Yeah. Oh, is
that's
what?
The trope? He falls first.
He falls first.
Falls first or falls harder. Whatever
Ugh, like I love it. That I'm just like, sign me up. Sign me up.
I mean, this is going to be so fun for you to be reading more romance books.
I know.
On this pod.
I wonder. I do.
The one thing that I just didn't even think about, so I guess it did surprise me, was that her parents ended up being traitors.
So
that did surprise you, or
it did surprise me.
Oh, okay.
It not in like a
they like work for the revolution.
Yeah.
Sort of
well,
thing?
no, that they were traitors to the revolution. So she was
right,
so like she thought that they were big revolutionary people.
The network.
And it turns out that the network, but it turns out that in fact ultimately that's the slaughter that like, you know, Uncle Jim had to run away from and things like that. The parents set it up.
Yep.
So and they were the tin group traders or something like that they call them. I'm forgetting the name. That did surprise me. Interesting way to end the book. It didn't surprise me in like a gasp sort of way because you did not make me care about her parents one bit throughout this entire book. So it didn't make me gasp.
Yeah.
But I think it explained a little bit why the network and the rebellion was just like, you'll be fine. We're not going to come and save you. Until she was until she was
I don't sure. That actually, now that you're saying it, it makes more sense.
So like they were uninterested in, you know, having an operative who was the child of these traitors.
Wait, does the network know that?
I think the network has to know that.
Yeah.
Because the network calls them the tin whatever traders,
I know, but
the tin block traders.
Does the network know that
Ren
she's
is the
their
child
daughter
of them?
I don't think that they do.
Oh, I assume they did because they would.
Or maybe that's just a question.
Maybe that's an open question because I assume that Uncle Jim ran away with her and the network gave him like a new identity and name. So I assume they figured out who this kid he was with.
No,
but maybe it's an open question. You're right.
I think that could be an open question because I do believe they referenced at one point changing her birthday around.
Yes,
so that
did. Yeah, and
she doesn't actually know like when she was born.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the romance.
Okay.
My favorite thing to talk about. I think that I highlighted the whole paragraph when they introduced Cross and was like this man in the beginning. Yeah. And I was like, this man is described like cute love interest that looks like every other love interest, but I also love him. Like this is a huge graph. And but I really liked Cross as a love interest.
I loved him.
He wasn't like angsty in the way that like Xaden bothered me in an angsty way.
Yeah.
He was angsty, but not like in an annoying way. It wasn't giving immature.
I also am like I feel like he's tortured, but he's also confused and like I don't think he knows what to think about his father and whether or not he loves him or not. Like I don't know. I think there's more to be explored.
I think he's doing
Cross.
the exact job and playing it safe and just kind of going through the steps that is expected of him, that are expected of him, until he finds a clear where do I stand in this whole war thing.
I'm holding space for the second book because I found him. I did like him. I think this is gonna be a theme for me. I did like him. I liked that again. He wasn't you know, like super angsty or like, you know, super whatever. But like, because he wasn't on either end of that spectrum, I'm just like, you're choosing nothing. You're choosing nothing. You're standing for nothing. So,
Yeah, but I think that was
get
on
it at the
purpose.
time. Yeah, I think we're gonna I think it's his arc.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, he had pretty much zero arc in this book, except for the fact that he was really into Ren.
Yeah.
That was his entire
Well, he had a
arc.
cute moment with his mom. That was
Yes,
sweet.
that
Like,
was
he's
sort
a
of the
mama's
beginning
boy,
of
and that
it.
was cute.
Yeah.
And like you can see him having a little bit of conflict over his mom is clearly a mod. Like,
Or fractured. That was the one
Yeah.
thing I liked, like too, when the leader of the revolution, it turned out, has actually even more terrifying power than an insider,
Yeah.
where she can just fracture minds. So
that was also a shocker for me.
that
Like,
one
I
was
really
actually,
liked.
I did write that down as like a really interesting part.
Yeah, it was like a scene stealer because I
Yeah.
was not expecting that at the Jubilee when like the general's
Yeah.
mind just like melts.
You know
I will
what I
say, I
read?
wasn't expecting that, and I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
it
that
was
was
cool.
an interesting way to
Oh, yeah.
start to dismantle the organization.
Mhm. I want to go back to the romance for a second because I wrote something down when Cross was pursuing Ren, there was like a juvenileness to it that kind of pulls me out of it. And I think it had a lot to do with the Ivy of it all too. Like Ivy was
Oh.
the girl that
Yeah.
Cross had like dated or
Yeah,
something.
I'm so jealous.
I
I hate that.
OWT.
You're jealous
also,
of Ivy?
No, I'm just like, if I was in Ren's position, I'd be like, I fucking hate
There's
Ivy.
a-
Yeah, and she did fucking
It's a
hate
trope
Ivy.
name for that too.
What's it called?
It's OW, other woman drama. OWD, OWT, other woman drama.
See, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
See, so there was something there that I was like, I don't know. And I felt like sometimes Cross's attraction to Ren came off as like a little carnal and therefore like random, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like when you read it in like a fantasy novel, knowing that like Tamlin is obsessed with
Yeah.
whatever her name is because he's literally an animal. You know what I mean? Like the Fae are animalistic in that way, so it doesn't like take you
Interesting.
out. But like Cross would randomly get like possessive, and like that is a thing in romance
Yeah.
books. But I hate that trope because I'm just
Yeah.
like, I do like when the guy falls first. I think that's something
Yeah.
I'm interested in. But when you're like all over this person and like you insert yourself into situations due to like this overwhelming possessiveness, that's where I'm like, I hate that.
Well, I do think that is something that could end up changing in the sequel, because I have read books where I was like, wow, I'm loving this romance. The guy is so into her. And then in the next book, he becomes creepily obsessed and overbearing. And I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like now you're bothering me.
Yeah.
I did like that. I never, even though he was like very into her and all of that, like she was very much in control until she decided she didn't want to be anymore.
Yeah.
So that worked for me.
Yeah,
I liked that.
I did like that.
So, and she was, whether or not it obviously was a feudal enterprise.
Yeah.
But she at least, and he very much respected the boundaries until she was like, fine, whatever, you're right. And then
as
came
we
in-
all would have
Yes.
with
Yeah.
Cross.
I know. So see,
She
but
held
like
out
that,
a little longer than I think I would have.
I know. I was like, really, just give it up.
I
You're all
know.
just like, you're all bunked up together.
I know.
Like, come on.
not
I also kind of enjoyed that she was entertaining Kane for a bit.
Yeah.
For like a moment. I was like,
know.
oh, I'm sort of interested in
I
that.
love, like, I
was
am
a-
into this.
Yeah, no, she was a girly with an appetite,
And
and
I
she was
love
just
that.
yeah,
I
and
do
she
love a
was
girly
just
with a sexual
working that out, and
appetite.
she definitely would have slept with Kane. Only
Yeah.
she kept getting distracted.
Yeah.
by our man Cross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we understand. We very
Mhm.
much understand. I do wish there was a little bit more of a slow burn with Ren and Cross. Like I sometimes I like, this is obviously going to be a series, and I appreciate when a series doesn't like give you the satisfaction of getting the two people that are endgame together in the first book.
Well, I don't know.
I do think there's a real chance of like a second book switch, though. Just saying because
I
Kane's
kind of
alive.
hope so. I think it needs to
Yeah,
be kept
I think the
interesting a
love
little
trial.
bit.
I think there's going to be a stronger love triangle with Kane. Now that he's alive,
now that
and
he's
like,
alive,
and like now
yeah,
that he's
that's-
alive,
yeah.
and
And, like,
a leader in
it's
the
a forced
rebellion.
proximity moment too,
Yeah,
because like Cross stayed
can't
behind.
be there. And
It also seems like Kane is kind of the equivalent of Cross for the uprising.
yes,
Mhm.
it sounds again
Powerful.
Like he's
Powerful
super
man.
He's like
in a sort of general-esque position.
he's
like,
calling the shots.
I'm going to pose another question about this is kind of a side quest, about Ren starting her training and just literally giving the middle finger to this whole thing the whole time,
Yeah.
even though she is so
Yeah.
clearly good at this
Yeah.
stuff. That frustrated me so much. I was like, girl, just be better. Like, it's like you're trying, it's almost more energy to suck at this.
I know. My favorite part was that when she decided she was gonna, she was gonna get into Silver Elite
Yeah.
after she became like a double agent, and no one would give her a good score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she got mad because she wasn't like,
Yeah,
well,
she
now I'm
shot herself
doing.
in the
It's like,
foot.
well, you weren't trying before.
Mhm.
He's like, well, I'm trying now.
Mhm.
Made me laugh.
I think they all kind of knew, though. I think that
Frost
they
knew. I don't know.
I
Oh,
think
he
Frost
knew
knew.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
she
he
was
kept
just
her
like,
there.
oh, tap out.
That was just tough to read. It was this was a long book, and that was a big chunk of the book.
Yeah.
Of like her just sucking at this training. Because we like to watch a woman being powerful.
Yeah.
And when she's just not being powerful, just
Yeah.
to spite
I know.
her situation.
I
then-
know.
She made a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah, she did.
But I didn't think it was, you're right, it was long, but it wasn't too long. Like my number one pet peeve with books is when they're significantly too long. And I do not think this was.
No, I don't think so.
The plot chugged along at a relatively good pace.
yeah.
I didn't think there was too many absolutely unnecessary scenes or too many things that were said over and over again.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
probably the one of them. Like when there was just maybe, if they just could have made it like 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks of sucking or whatever it was, would have probably...
Yeah, it just felt like just much too much time being spent doing nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for the smut scale.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Brianna, you want to kick
Yeah,
us off?
Kick us off.
Okay. I enjoyed the smut. I thought the sex was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Mhm.
It reminded me of just a better version of what I didn't like in Fourth Wing, where like
Yeah.
the Fourth Wing felt like it was a lot of like dorm sex, and
Yeah.
this was like, it was still technically dorm sex, but it
I
was
mean,
like it was a hot version of dorm sex.
Yeah, for sure. And like I had said before, when as a person reading smut, you kind of have to like kind of go through the steps a little bit and be like,
Yeah.
how is my body logistically going to get into
Yeah.
this position? Where in Fourth Wing, I was like, she was just
Well,
limbs are everywhere.
Yeah,
here.
don't
I
we
don't
know?
Yeah, we do
I
not know.
do like that she was also initiating.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just always
Yes.
the guy
Yeah.
that is initiating. Like I like the back and forth between it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the
I know.
smut.
I
I
thought
thought
that was-
the smut was well written.
Yeah, it was also some of it where I'm wondering, going back to the author again, if it might be somebody from more of a romance background, because a lot of the progression of the sex, where it was like, again, she was initiating a lot of it,
Yeah.
and then like him giving like, again, really respecting some boundaries,
Mhm.
like really, which is a huge thing, unless you're like a huge thing in not dark romance, right? Like
Mhm.
a huge thing is that like there's nothing's hotter than a guy who's respecting your boundaries. But
Yeah.
it's still absolutely, but it'll get down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get down. He's always a yes, but he listens to your no.
Yeah.
And then at one point, usually there's a switch in which the woman is like, actually, you know what's going to be fun for me? You take total control.
Yeah.
And that was very much how that was sort of going.
Yeah.
And so, and I liked it. I was into it.
Yeah. Okay. I want to do some games. I think you had a drinking game in mind
Oh, yeah.
for this one.
Yeah.
Tell us.
So if this book had a drinking game, what would the rules be?
I didn't have one for this, but you did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like every time they say keen,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
what was with the keen?
I
Well,
don't
that was
know.
again.
That was just
well. That
book
was, I think,
lingo.
a good example of not using like current slang
Mhm.
and making up slang. So every time, like, you could be, oh man, you look smoke right now, total
Mhm.
smoke. You looked hot.
Mhm.
But meanwhile, in her head though, she constantly. That's a little bit of a negative for me. Like in the column, is that if she let us know one more time that Cross was hot,
Mm.
I was gonna.
Oh,
I was
okay with that.
no. It's just like I get it
I'm-
already.
I'm with Elisa with that
You
one.
don't
Oh.
need to
Yeah.
tell me over and over and over. She was
Yeah.
doing it until the very end. It's like,
Mhm.
I understand. Hottest man you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah. Keen was fun. How did you guys picture real life people inspired by Cross or Ren or
I
whoever?
am so bad at this.
Yes, this is not something that I do either. I know that you like really like go online and like have
Sometimes
like,
I do.
pictures.
This one I couldn't really get a good sense of what Ren looked like, to be honest.
So here is my just thinking out loud of what she is. I think that she has dark hair.
Mhm.
I want to say she has goldish eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And she is curvier.
Yeah, she's like muscle. She's in shape. She has an athletic body.
She has big boobs.
I think she
it's
has-
very clear, like throughout the stories, that
Mhm.
everybody's like, nice rack.
Yeah, like I would say that she's curvy because remember she was like trying to find outfits for one of the nights and
Yeah, and
Oh,
she
and her-
wore
yeah.
somebody's outfit, and she's
Yeah.
like, well, this barely covers my boobs, but
yeah.
let's party.
God
Yeah,
bless.
and like
Yeah,
Lydia
party
is
on.
like tall and
Skinny.
Yeah. I picture her as a blonde. I don't know if that's
Mhm.
true.
I also picture Lydia as a blonde.
Yeah.
I picture Ren
think she has
with
curly
this
hair.
brunette hair, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
That's me and Katie are also
Yeah.
a part of this. Like sometimes I read descriptions of people in the book and I just
And I reject it.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
reject
I
it in my
reject it.
brain.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, like my
Ugh,
brain
I'm
just
like,
rejects it and it's
Yeah.
however I picture it being.
Yeah.
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 So and I don't have a clear memory of like a detailed description of honestly anybody but Cross in the book. If I'm being
Yeah, because
honest.
there's,
she tells us over and over and over again
that he is.
I mean,
the
he's
hot
just
that he is
hottie,
hot
yeah.
with
But
dark
do
hair.
you have like a celebrity or somebody that you have?
for Cross.
Yeah.
No, because
No.
okay, here's the thing with book boyfriends that I absolutely love. I can never find anyone like
That's
as
right.
hot that
Yeah.
like fits that person in my brain. So no. I think the only person that I did kind of have some visions for was Ro. I pictured him like the guy that's in Prison Break.
Oh,
Yeah, because he has a
that's Katie's
shaved
favorite
head.
guy. One of Katie's favorite guys. Isn't that Prison Break guy one of your?
No,
No.
he's
Okay.
not.
But you
I
know who
never
I'm talking
watched.
about,
I know
right?
exactly who.
Yeah, and-
Wentworth Miller.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wentworth
Wow.
Miller.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think of Ro as being like kind of has like crazy hair, a little bit like unkempt.
There was another guy that
He has
was
crazy
described
eyes.
like that.
All I was
Yeah,
picturing
he's-
was like crazy eyes. He's a guy that you
Yeah.
looked at. The other one, Rose friend. I'm forgetting his name right now. There.
Yeah, Rose
all I
friend.
pictured was just crazy eyes.
Wait, we also didn't really talk about like what do we think about the fact that she sent Tana and her dad to the camps?
Oh, I liked that.
I felt like
I thought it was a good sort of like Sophie's Choice
Yeah,
moment.
like
and you
what are
picked
you
the
gonna
best
do?
one. And
I
it was
know.
a sign early on that Cross was,
As a
you know,
bit of
like
a
was at the
sympathizer.
very least sympathetic.
Yeah.
Sympathetic
hmm
towards
Yeah.
mods.
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
okay.
There was a moment though that really took me out when Ren decided to like abandon her post, get on a motorcycle, and go save Liddy, and then like shows up there and Cross is like, "Whoa, she did that," and there was no like consequence,
No
for it, but
repercussion.
like that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's because he was down bad pretty hard
You
in
think?
the beginning. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I read it. It's just like, unfortunately, this man has one weakness, and it's this crazy bitch.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well, I guess this is something that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And he was like, thank God, she's also Daisy. Oh, like, otherwise, he'd be
Yeah.
like, otherwise, I would have had two.
Yeah.
I will say
So-
Cross had a little too much power on like whatever this Hogwarts school was.
I mean, he was the captain.
Yeah,
I know.
I think that was the point, right?
I
Because
know,
he's
but
the
like
general's son.
Yeah.
she was fucking up. She
Yeah.
was causing problems.
She was
Yeah.
causing big problems.
And he was just like, don't do that. Don't be that silly.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but that's
then-
what I mean.
but then
like,
Ro is just shooting someone in the head.
yeah,
And he could do nothing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
And
for
I'm
just like not let him into his
Silver
you know,
Elite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let him into his
Yeah.
Navy SEAL unit.
yeah.
it is so a Navy SEAL unit. I was thinking that the entire time.
Yeah.
What's our rating?
Okay.
This is going to be hard for me, guys, just to say, because I don't rate books. And except for 2 books on Goodreads, one was that Emily Henry book that I forgot that I even did. Like, when I go on Goodreads and I rate things, I black out. Like, I black out. I have no memory of it. I don't know why I did that. And one was Discovery of Witches, which will live in infamy.
Yeah.
So
That will be covered under another. Yeah, I think.
Side quest for another time.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. I would like to give my own rating scale and for this instead of a star, if that's okay.
Okay.
And I'm going
Okay.
to give it 1 thumb up.
Out
Out of
how many?
thumbs?
Could be a million thumb. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. It could be like 2. I don't know what to do. I don't know
That's
how to
a bad
rate this.
scale.
Okay.
Let's do stars. So I
Rejecting thumbs
Yeah.
up.
like that's a terrible rating scale, Elise.
I like it. I
No.
just want to give it a thumbs up.
Ratings are extremely important to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it every single time I finish a book, I'm like, this is going on Goodreads. I am very thoughtful of how I give my ratings. And this to me is a 5-star read. Bryanna.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think I actually did give it 5 stars. Or no, I didn't rate it yet.
You didn't rate it
I
yet.
didn't rate it yet.
Yeah.
But I think in hindsight, I'd probably give it like a 4 to
Oh.
5. Yeah. Because like my 5s, you know,
Is it a
how I'm
4 or
crazy.
you're not a very good rater as well.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
But it is, I very much like this book. It wasn't mid. It wasn't.
No.
It was like, if I could do 4.5, I think I would do 4.5.
I feel like you can give half stars.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fine.
What I would
Okay.
do. That's what I would do. So
Okay.
I really enjoyed this book. I think my 5 stars are, you know what my 5 stars are.
I know what your
like
5
you know what
stars
they
are.
But
But
this was like, I very much enjoyed this book. I will continue on this journey.
yeah,
I will read the second book.
Yeah.
we will be reading the sequel.
Yes.
And we'll have to
Yes.
update it from there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that wraps our first episode of Genre.
Congratulations.
How fun. How fun. Okay. Next week's episode, we're going to do Elise's pick, which is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry.
Yeah. I picked this one because Katie has never read a romance book. And so we're going to break her into the genre. And Emily Henry is currently one of the best doing it. So I think it's a good place to start.
I'm very interested to see how I react.
Me as well.
That was a very
Me
Katie
as
way to
well.
say that.
Me as well.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, folks. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on socials, TikTok, Instagram, Genre Podcast.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
See you next week.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
Yes, that's why we have this pod. I love it. I love it.